Thank you, Mr. Chair, and dear colleagues. The recent escalations that we saw, well, in Yemen, but also in Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates are just, well, one step in the recurring circle of escalations that we see in the regions. Houthis have attacked critical infrastructure in Saudi Arabia as well as UAE in a way that was technically so sophisticated that it's most likely it has been supported by Iran. UAE and Saudi Arabia, in retaliation, bombed many areas in Yemen, and they also broke down the internet, which was of huge distress and concern, especially for those living in exile, because they had no news about their families. And that continued for about 3 days. It's a pattern that we have seen over the last 7 years, where all sides commit grave human rights violations, and I think that's important to say, and doing finger-pointing of who did what and when is not going to help us, and all sides are committing breaches of international humanitarian law. It's civilians that suffer most from a conflict that is clearly not theirs. We have seen 380,000 dead people over 7 years, and we are running in circles politically. But it also needs to be said that the European Union plays a role in this. German bombs have been found at civilian sites destroyed in Yemen. French planes are flying over Yemen, owned by United Arab Emirates. Just recently, the United States have agreed not to sell planes to UAE. A number of EU member states have arms embargoes on the Yemen coalition, including Germany, Netherlands, Finland and Greece. But France has decided to sell Rafale fighting planes for 17 billion euros to Yemen, which is, by the way, 17 times the amount that the European Union has spent on crisis response over the 7 years of fighting in Yemen. This ambiguity is clearly not a Team Europe spirit, nor does it help us to build European sovereignty, nor is it in line with the European Union treaties. So what can we do? First of all, stop selling arms that contribute to the suffering in Yemen and undermine our diplomatic efforts. Second, and I think that has been voiced by Gabriel Muniera as well, step up our humanitarian funding and negotiate access to all areas of Yemen. Support the new UN envoy, our old head of delegation, Mr. Grunberg, in his mandate, and revive the group of experts to make sure that human rights violations are monitored, also to prevent impunity in the medium and longer term. I think it's also crucial that we review the framework that has been set by the 2015 UN Security Council resolution, focusing on a just two-party conflict, which is clearly what we no longer have in Yemen, and make sure that women sit at the decisive negotiation panels and not just on the side. I hope that we will be more successful in 2022 towards this end. I wish you good luck, Gabriel Muniera, and I really hope that our delegation will be able to meet our parliamentary counterparts in Sana'a anytime soon.